G'day, Dave here, the Inline Plumber, with today's quote. When you judge others, you do not define them, you define yourself. When you judge others, you do not define them, you define yourself. This is from Earl Nightingale. Well, let's get into this one. This is a great one, a nice one. Judging is one of those items that is very easy and quick to do. I have done it myself, and I know plenty of other people who judge, and it's not a great part of any human personality. Sometimes it can be funny to point something out in circumstances, but generally that comes into the line of picking on someone else or discriminating or whatever else. So it's not really a good thing unless it's judging in the sense of a competition and there are set rules and guidelines to judge against. But that's different. We're talking about judging people, a person, the color of their skin, the color of their eyes, the size of their body, the clothes they're wearing, whatever impressions we have of someone else, that is our judgment on them. Now, it doesn't make it correct, it doesn't make it right, it doesn't mean it's good, bad, or whatever else, it's a thought. But generally speaking, it's not helpful, it's not useful in any way, shape, or form. But under the rules or the laws of the mirror, and where this quote's referring to, is our own judgments essentially are the perceptions from here, from what we see, smell, hear of someone else. I wouldn't say taste, because I don't think we go around typically licking people, but we can hear someone, we can hear their conversation, we can hear how they speak, their accents, we can look at them and go, okay, well, how big are they, what's their size, how do they walk, how do they move, what are the colors of their clothes, what materials they're wearing, right? There's all these things, and we can, of course, smell someone too. Well, a lot of people, hopefully we're not smelling, but there are some we do. We smell their perfumes. Do we like it? Do we not? Do we hate it? Do they have body odor? All those things come in. These are all parts of the judging process. And the idea is that yes, we have all our senses and we all use them, and we use them to assess someone else. Are they a good fit for us or for the team, for work? Will they do this and that? And some of these things, we have these instant gut feelings and gut reactions. That is different to placing a judgment on someone. To look at someone and say, you're an issue because, or hey, you're awesome because. And it's one of those things to get away from. The judgment is never a good thing. Certainly, and the worst case for judgment is when you or I would then voice it to someone else, so that I have made a judgment and now I'm going to tell my views and opinions about someone else to you. Well, one, it doesn't mean that you agree with me. Two, it serves no purpose. And it kind of starts the whole gossiping cycle. So that's not something I'm personally a big fan of. And it's not what I like, because we're all up to our own opinions. Unfortunately, it goes on quite a lot in society. So this whole thing here, but where I was talking about this mirroring perspective, our judgments are usually a depiction of how, like my judgments for me personally, are going to be, okay, what are my senses telling me about you or someone else, whoever I'm observing? And that gives me a feeling, a sense for that person. But these are my own thoughts, my own judgments. Doesn't make them right, doesn't make them wrong, but what they're telling me is about me. So what I'm seeing of someone else, good, bad, or indifferent, is items that are generally valid to myself. So if I am saying someone's big, that could be that I have a concern about a size category. It doesn't mean anything about them from a personality standpoint or character building or anything else. It just says, for myself, that's an area I'm critical of. If I happen to say, notice someone's odor, whether it's perfume, cologne, or BO, I now am going, okay, that's an area that I would look at myself and say, do I smell nice? or do I not smell at all? Like, where's that? That's a piece for me. That's a concern that I have for myself. So these are all mirrors about myself. If I look at someone and say, boy, they're tall or they're short, well, then I am being judgmental on my height. Am I appearing tall enough? Have I got a good posture? Have I not? What's going on? So whatever things you don't like about someone else, it could be the fact that they're laughing all the time or they've got a silly laugh. Well, maybe there's a part of yourself or myself that would then be, okay, I don't like the silly laugh because, boy, if I was to do that, I'd feel like an idiot or a crazy person or whatever. Well, okay, but again, that's about me. They're having a laugh, and if that's their laugh, well, that's awesome. But they're laughing, they're having a great time, they're doing good things. So it's not saying anything about them. That's my perception of them, but it speaks volumes about me. So with that, if or when you judge another person, you are not defining them, you are defining yourself. From Earl Nightingale and myself, Dave, the Enlightened Plumber, have yourself an awesome day. Be very careful on your judgments and take a look. See what it says about yourself. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Is it something you'd like to change, or is it something that you're just noticing? Take care. We'll see you on the next one.